Morning, everybody. It's Monday, the 8th of June. We're Signal Centre Talking Ball. Joe Noble, Ian Coleman, Steve O'Hare. Morning, guys.
Morning all.
Good morning.
How are we?
Pretty good.
In the hood.
Good
Nice
stuff.
quiet weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, ish. I was harassed by some Russian prostitute yesterday.
Oh, really? That's
Got some outstanding debts, have you?
That's the only thing I can assume it was. Just kept on getting this Skype call from this random name. And every time I answered it, they didn't say anything. And then they started trying to send videos and stuff like that. Anyway.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I had to delete Skype from my phone yesterday.
Wow. Okay. I don't have anything as interesting as that, I don't think.
Yeah. Really went down well with the wife on the Sunday night, that did.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
You can imagine.
What
have you been doing?
I mean, the answer to that is sitting in the bloody spare room for the last 13 weeks. So,
yeah.
Not like you've been out going anywhere, is it?
No, exactly. Especially to Russia.
Yeah.
I love that as well. Virtual prostitution.
You
don't have to go out. You just sort of get it online. That's great.
Yeah. Can get extorted from anywhere.
Anyway.
Yes, we quickly move on.
Yes, big beat on the number on Friday was obviously the headline figure or headline news for stock markets. We had the jobless claims coming in at plus 2.5 million.
It was crazy. And Canadian figures were good as well.
Which, the anticipation was for -8, so a massive, massive difference. And I think further reason to sack the person who's coming up with these numbers in the first place. I mean,
I think everyone thought they'd missed out the minus sign to start with, didn't they?
Well, I think we didn't we? When
we did
our stream on Friday.
I mean, to be fair to me, I did say 2.5 million or whatever it was. I didn't say negative 2.5 million, but then we all assumed it was negative. I must admit, it's just I just heard Live Squawk say. I mean, Live Squawk are shit hot at that, very very quick, and they sort of like nailed it. And but yeah, I think the sort of like everyone was a bit shocked for a while. Nothing moved. There's a couple of markets that didn't even move for a while because it's like saying, "What?"
Dow Jones was off to the races, and gold obviously dipped on the back of that, as we saw.
Yeah.
But equity markets now at 3-month highs. Sentiment continues to hold firm into this morning as well. Looks as though there's going to be a bit of selling on the open, but just looking at the FTSE this morning, I'll just share my screen. Continuing on that trend and potentially posting a bullish outside candle on that hourly chart there, if it can close up and around here into the next 12 minutes or so. So no stopping it at the minute.
I was looking to buy a dip in that this morning. It didn't quite get down to the level I was hoping for, 6,400.
That was the DAX. We were looking to get a dip on that down to 12,465, but doesn't look like that may happen.
Yeah, still some time left, maybe.
I'm a bear.
Aren't we all? I mean, I think what we've got to realise is that the equity markets have detached from not just common sense, but the economy. They're not a true representation of the economy, and we just got to sort of like accept that. There's a lot of people betting on the economy recovering very strongly, and that's maybe another reason why they're up. But it's been mainly fed by the governments supporting the markets, and which is a bit of a false economy, really.
I mean, have you ever seen an asset bubble inside a recession before?
No, I've never actually. I would call it depression rather than a recession. I think this is sort of like this. We're sort of been in it for a while, and there's more to come. So, no, the last time this probably happened, it's never.
No, I don't know. I can't think.
Not in my lifetime.
I think stocks might come off today. Here you go. Throw that one in.
Go on in. Have you got something on your charts?
Just the CAC. 261.
The bellwether.
The bellwether of stocks. We got 5163 here. 261.8% extension is so overbought. We've got exhaustion counts and correction counts and all sorts up here, and we've got bespoke resistance at 5210. So
lovely.
I'm actually trying to sell it.
Yeah, nice. Like that. I mean, there's always two trades in a market. I always believe
I
that.
was
And
sort of looking at this morning.
What's
and
that?
they
Thought
do.
it might form a little head and shoulders pattern.
Yeah, potential for
And
that.
the support's not until down here, 4964. We've got bespoke support of 4975. So
Yeah,
we're just looking
excellent.
at.
Well, when it does happen, I think the risk will
little
happen all at
counter
once,
trend.
and it'll just be a big dump of assets, won't it? And just everybody sort of hitting
maybe.
the exits at the same time, maybe.
Maybe the second wave of COVID, whenever that may happen.
Well, judging by the pictures we all saw at the weekend of these protests that are going on, there was no social distancing applied to any of those, was there?
No.
Yeah, obviously they've got strong opinions, and that's absolutely fine, and obviously support them with that. But we are in the middle of a global pandemic, so there has to be some sort of.
Which brings us to cable. Can I talk about cable quickly?
Sure.
I didn't know if I was going to do one of these for my gun to the head, but I think this is quite interesting.
I'm definitely doing CAC for gun to head, so I don't know what you're
261.8% down there from this wave, and then this pullback, you've got a 61.8% fib here. You've got a swing low here, 127.28, and you've got our bespoke resistance at 127.30, and you've got a 13 count. So we're talking about. I think Boris Johnson had a bit of a nightmare in the press over the weekend as well, with regards to a hospitality sector, and if he doesn't open it up, we're going to lose 3.5 million jobs. So we've also got Brexit talks restarting again this week. So I think sterling's going to be on the back foot.
Quite possibly. Steve, are you looking at anything on the charts this morning?
No, you've picked the ones I was looking at. FTSE, looking at that. Euro sterling, this has had a sort of like a nice pullback on Friday. Look at the daily chart. A bearish almost a bearish outside day, bearish engulfing, we can call it, as the high may be slightly lower than the previous high. I mean, I've a little bit of the same. I'm sort of thinking Euro maybe is a little bit stronger than the sterling at the moment, so I'm buying Euro sterling down here around this supportive level. It's been the dip has been bought 5 separate occasions over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Apart from that, copper's in this sort of like, I'll remove that. I wasn't looking at the daily chart this morning. This is still in an upward trend, obviously looking at a recovery. Silver, I'm still slightly negative on silver. I think you're negative in gold on the short term, aren't you, Joe?
Yeah, selling gold this morning.
Yeah, so I sort of like still think maybe dollar can stage a little bit of a recovery, but overall I think the euro and sterling may be in charge at the moment. But let's see.
Was it a 78.6% fib in dollar index? I think it was. Joe mentioned it, didn't you, on Friday?
Yes, on the daily. Yeah, let's just chuck that on the screen. There we go.
Yeah.
Bang on.
Yeah. I'm just thinking if numbers like that coming out of the States might give the dollar a bit of a boost, I know.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at this intraday chart here on the hourly. And I just want to keep selling it. I mean, it gapped lower overnight. It's rallied to close that gap and then posted that reversal candle. So
yeah, it's a nice bullish hammer formed from that 78.6, and that was like Ian, you were talking about the rule of 9. So 9, sort of after 9 days, you should get some sort of correction. So the 9th day was a bit of a correction, and potentially, if we have a decent day on the dollar, you're forming a right down here. You're forming a morning star formation if you get a positive candle today. So there is that potential there.
I've got all the figures out today, aren't there?
Christine Lagarde speaking later, which
okay.
Yeah,
do something.
Interesting.
Yeah, so let's have a quick look at the old gun to the head stuff from last week.
Can't remember how we finished Friday.
We had short trades on Euro from myself and Ian, which was Euro CAD and Euro Euro sterling. Steve, you were short of the FTSE, and the results were we had a 1.54 win on Euro CAD.
Nice.
It was looking better at one stage, but rallied a little bit into the 9 o'clock close. FTSE was stopped, unfortunately, and Euro sterling was a 0.75 win. Again, was looking a little bit better around about 6-7 o'clock, but then rallied a little bit into the 9 o'clock close. So overall,
So pushes in front. Yeah, 2R.
And yeah, sort of flatlining still really. So yeah, hoping for a decent week this week to push back towards previous highs on our P&L if we can. So Ian, you seem to be loaded up with ideas this morning, so I'm going to throw it over to you.
I'm just going to go for the cable one. What I do like is this down here is the 2.6. I've taken the swing low here, even though we obviously haven't got there yet. This is previous support. What I did like was projecting a 261.8% fib off there, and I've got my bespoke support here, which is just below it. So we might see a bit of a choppy day. We might sort of get down to this level and move up and blah 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 and consolidate and maybe form a head and shoulders pattern. So for that reason, I'm going to go for the CAC instead. Where am I? And again, I just think it's going to break to the downside. I need support down here, 4964. I need it above 5910. So 4R, getting short, 5164. Stop at 5214.8 to be awkward, and target of 4964.
Okay, best of luck. Steve, have you got anything?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Euro sterling. Just trading within this sort of like, it's almost like is it a diamond top, expanding wedge, whatever.
Diamond, yeah.
Yeah, so getting long here at current levels. 88.94, is that right? Yeah, 88.94. I'm going to have a tight stop, 88.64, and a target of 90.44. So just seeing this trading back up, favouring the euro over the sterling slightly.
Okay. Good luck. That means I've got to try and find something, which I'm struggling. Okay.
What about Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. Yeah,
Bitcoin.
that's always the last chance to lose,
Or
isn't it?
dollar index.
Dollar index. No joy with that at all. I'm going to go for dollar Swiss. I am a seller in general, and I've been following this this channel over the last couple of weeks or so. Got a 78.6% level up at 96.81, which is my preferred entry level. That's what I'm looking to sell at today on our intraday analysis, but it looks as though we've posted a decent reversal candle over the last hour or so, so I'm going to try and jump in that in line with the bearish bias that I have. Going to sell that at 96.27, place a stop above the high that we've seen over the last hour, so pretty tight at 96.42, and I'm going to target a move down here to 95.55, which is 4.83R. If that plays out. In fact, it'll be even a bit better now because it's just gone up a bit.
Nice. Good luck with that. You've got to be in it to win it.
You do have to be in it to win it. 5R. So let's see.
Good luck.
Okay, day ahead, as we mentioned, not much on the docket. We've got Eurozone Centix Investor Confidence at 9:30, and we've got ECB's President Lagarde's testimony at 2:45 this afternoon. Anything else that you've seen that we need to keep an eye on?
Not a
this
lot.
Week or today? We talked about obviously Brexit back in the headlines, so there is some stuff to potentially keep an eye out for there. I think Barnier and Boris are butting heads.
Battling it out.
Let's see what we had on that.
You said that he's acting more like a referee than a player on the field.
Right. Who said that to who?
That's what somebody said about Barnier in the paper over the weekend.
Yeah, stated little progress had been made and things could not go on like this forever. He also accused the Prime Minister of looking to backtrack on the political declaration he signed last year. So frustration on the Brexit front, it would seem. So keep an eye on that this week. It could potentially impact sterling, and as Ian pointed out, cable was at a very interesting level. So maybe some weakness in sterling this week as a result.
Yeah, I mean, OPEC Russia and all the allies agreed on Saturday to extend the record oil production cuts until the end of July. Okay. So that prolongs a deal that has helped crude prices double in the past 2 months. I think if you take the price from negative $40, it's probably more than doubled. But yeah, I think that's sort of like taking the prices around $10 or something like that. So it's double. Well, it's more than double from that, obviously. So, so they're withdrawing almost 10% of the global supplies from the market. This group is the OPEC Plus group. Also demanded Nigeria and Iraq to get with the quota because they exceeded their production quota.
I was going to say, didn't they say that somebody was fiddling the books a little bit?
Probably Nigeria and Iraq. I mean, although they're sort of like, upstanding members of the community. That's what they said.
Just quickly show this actually on the oil front. BP.
Oh, BP.
Throwing that one in the mix.
Oh, hello. I thought you were going to sort of
sell.
So I haven't annotated this. I've got it on a different chart. So just looking at that, really.
Yeah, pretty much that is the
oil chart itself,
a mirror of the oil chart, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's gonna. Oh, look at that!
Oh, bang!
Oh, look at that!
There's the daddy. That is the daddy-o, isn't it? Let's get up there. Get your selling boots on.
Yeah, you want to be thinking about trimming some profits there on BP, possibly if you were buying around here. Pretty big old barrier in front of them at 383.2.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be quite similar on the Raw Dutch Shell chart as well. Which is probably helping the FTSE somewhat, I would have thought.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the FTSE was turning. I was saying the FTSE is like really sort of struggling to keep up with its counterparts last week, but seems to have had a nice push up.
It'll definitely be boosted by these two today if they're playing ball.
Yeah.
Keeps pushing. Okay, unless anybody's got anything else, I guess we can wrap it up for the day and come back tomorrow.
Lovely.
Indeed.
Lovely. Oh, phone's going.
Good one. Just in
Ian,
time.
is it your Russian?
No. Look.
Have a good day, gents.
See you later, lads.
See ya.
Bye.